the type of work I've done for Remain is custody work. So it's not like this is something that I always had this passion and drive and, gee, this makes so much sense for me. It came about because I came to this event last year. I came to the CLE and said, there is a lot going on in the immigration world, a lot of that has to do with international politics that ring very close to my heart. And I'm an attorney, and this is crazy. I have to do something. I have no idea where to begin. So I came to this very CLE last year, not knowing anything about immigration law, not knowing about Remain, not knowing what kids needed, where these courtrooms were happening, nothing. Mm-hmm. All I knew was I did some divorce work for, a dozen years, which I did. And that's what's amazing about this is you learn so much because you think, I need to know what I'm signing off on. Right. And all of the material Remain has put for you together on their site. There's an attorney portal that gives you access to their memos and their briefs and these overviews and takeaways, like here's this 5-page overview that gets pretty technical, and there's a summary with the takeaways where you feel like this is graspable. I can get this and I can confidently convey this in a courtroom if I have to. I can convey this to a judge and I can stand with confidence saying, I know more about this judge than you do, so you need to follow what I am suggesting need to be done today because I'm the only one in this courtroom that does get it. And that confidence is given to you by Remain. They treat their volunteers and prepare them well. Then you show up and you meet your client, and it's a kid. It's a 12-year-old. It's for me, I was a 12-year-old, and now a 17-year-old. And I'm not a parent, and I don't do like kid stuff. Isn't my I get more passionate about animals sometimes, and maybe that's a knock and maybe it's not. But boy, you meet these kids and you just see their hope, and you understand what that means. What has to be going on in your life to make you decide as a 12-year-old that I'm gonna find a coyote and not tell anybody and tell you their story of their journey crossing through Central America, Mexico, getting to a border, what their story is, and how, that's worth it because it's hope. I'm a human that has something to contribute other than what's just laid out for me because of my government or because of my society or because of my family. And you think, if they're willing to go through all of that, I can be a little uncomfortable not being an expert in this area and give this kid a shot. I mean, it's incredible. They empower you. And not because they appear, at least in my cases, they're not because they appear like, I'm so tough and I'm so strong. It's the opposite. It's because this kid was like any of my nephews. This kid was like, my cousins back in India, where they're just goofy and teenagery and everything else that goes along with that. Yet something just drove them to say, I need a chance. Can somebody give me a chance? They're not even articulating that. They don't realize that that's what they're doing, and that's what you represent to them. You're doing something important, and you're paying attention because you understand that some kid's life, literally his life, is in your hands. So get it together. And so you do. So then I go to my car and sit there and I process it and just overwhelmed with what just happened and why am I feeling this wave of emotion that has never happened in any of the other kinds of cases that I've handled. And you go, okay, that was rough and that was insane and I don't even know how to process this. Wow. And then you think, I got to take some time. And and a few days goes by and you go, okay, I'm ready for my next case. So yeah, it's amazing, and they set you up well, and honestly, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Reach out to someone. You will get an answer, whether it's that person at Remain or whether they put you in contact with somebody. The resources exist, and people are there and willing and happy and knowledgeable and available to help you. So definitely utilize those resources.